Hello, good afternoon, and welcome. Welcome to the podcast, The Coach is Next Door. And I want to invite you to be in this podcast with an open mind and with a curious, attitude. Because one of the things that I realized is that these days, I don't know, I think we all had it, but now a little bit more. Um, People want to be firm on what they think. And we are getting a little bit in the times of statements and in the times that people really want to say what they want to say. And I find that amazing. And I think it's a big step as a whole. But at the same time, what I see as well is that. Um, People tend to stay stuck on their own vision of the world, and because that statement means so much, sometimes we think, oh, if I let go a little bit of the statement and I start listening someone that doesn't think like me, maybe I'm going to lose myself. Maybe I'm going to be less strong in my statement, for instance. And that's exactly what I want to talk about today, is this idea that for us to get together, for us to, connect, we need to let go of ourselves and we need to disconnect from ourselves. What is, well, not really the truth. And I will even say that is a little bit the opposite. Let's say the more we connect with other people, gets even more important, and we amplify the connection with ourselves. So this is a little bit on the of the new perspective that I want to bring to you today. And you already heard me saying that we are designed to connect, right? Our system is designed to, connect with other people, to relate, to really, almost like this idea that in some moments we are not one. Okay, so this means that, of course, the biggest issue is how can I continue to be myself in my individuality and still connect with other people. And what I see is that, and I hear this a lot in my clients, is that, yeah, but if I go too much to other people and I connect too much, I tend to lose myself, and I tend even to get very triggered by them. So that's the topic of today. I hope serves you, and I hope that can also bring you new perspectives on how to do this. So, as you know, my name is Ligia. I'm a philosopher, a master coach, and I love people, and I'm very curious about people. So that's what I want to bring to you. I want to bring all this spectrums of knowledge as well, and I want to give you some data. So that's why I also bring neuroscience along, and some things that, yeah, I know and I study. So I want to explore today this paradox, right? And it's really a paradox, because it's the paradox, yeah, we are individuals, so we are in a very strong way unique, and yet we don't exist alone. And this is the main statement that I want to bring to you, is that we are still individuals, but we cannot exist alone. And this is the principle that I think we will all be much happier if we realize this, okay? So, as I already told you, we are wired for connection. Everything in us, from the day that we are born, even before, right? Um, all this is designed to feed us, to touch us. And this is not in a very romantic way, it's even physical and neurological. So if you think about a baby, yeah, is already connected literally by an umbilical cord. So that represents a lot, I think. And that's the beginning of everything, right? So we are made to connect. And our brains are social organs. So we, and according to neuroscience, and particularly the Dr. Dan Siegel, is saying that the nervous system is shaped through interactions. So we are shaped, and our brains and our nervous system is shaped by this interaction. We are not made, self-made in that sense. And the vagus nerve, that is the same system that helps us to regulate our heartbeat, is directly influenced by facial experience, tones of voice, and emotional cues from other people. So it's very, let's say, the influence of other people in us is profound, okay? And it's not only, let's say, sometimes we see this and this mistake that other people influence us in the way you think, or the way that we are in our behaviors. Not true. They also influence, can you imagine, our heartbeat and how we are going to, be in our deepest sense. And this is something that I think we sometimes lose the track of this, So your ability and my ability to stay calm, to feel safe in our own body, begins not with isolation, but with relationship. And you are hearing now screaming, so that's my boy. So we are facing, and I don't know if you saw it, but we had a full week of him being sick. We are in the hospital, and now he's recovering at home, but he's still around, so he's taking over a little bit on the time and the scenario. So what I want to say is that we are made for being together and being with each other, and that's a thing that is very, very important. So one of the things that I want also to say to you is that communication is not only a tool, communication is also who we are, and is the thing that means the communication and the response that we get. So every time that we are communicating means that communication is not only a technique, it's a way for us to construct our reality. And the things that we do is really based. Sorry, I need to give some attention here. So the things that we are relating and the way that we are communicating says also and creates a lot on us. So to put this a little bit more clear, for me to be understood, I need to express. So the way that I build the map of the world is through language, through stories, through gestures, and even silence communicates, okay? So when we are realizing who we are, we need to also realize that we are that communication. We are the words that we use. We are the way that we describe the world. We are the way that we tell our stories, okay? So we are also meeting on these terms when we communicate. And we are showing ourselves to the world when we communicate. So means that we are basically always doing this. We are communicating, and with that, we are always relating. Okay? So it's getting a little bit fuzzy here. like you can hear. I'm sorry for that, but if you are okay, I'm okay to continue, so I will do so. So one of the things that I think is a myth and a big one, okay? I think we even hear it, like people are isolating themselves, and the social media and the computers, they live isolated, they don't connect. Well, they connect, but they connect in a different way because it's not possible that people don't connect. Okay, so the main thing I think is to realize what are those connections and how people connect, even when they are in a computer, even when they are in social media, they are still craving for connection, but they are craving for a different type of connection. So if we want to talk about it, we need to talk about what type of relationships we are looking for and what type of relationships this type of people and this type of behaviors is looking for, and not saying that people are not connecting and they are losing themselves in connection. Okay, so the real connection doesn't dissolve the self. Why? I even think that is totally the opposite, because real connection will require that we refine ourselves, that we become more clear, that we become more able to express ourselves. So, in that sense, if I really want to connect with someone else in a very deep way, I need to know myself well. I need to be ready to, first of all, relate myself with me, with what I believe, what I think, what do I want, what is my intention. All this needs to be even more there if I really want to connect with others. So I will even say that when we connect truly with other people, we are achieving a great place for self development, because we need to really get in contact with the deepest sides of ourselves, and also the acceptance of ourselves, because we need to say, okay, this is working, this is not working, I like this, I don't like this. I was able to say it in a way that worked or not. So we also need to be able to deal with our flaws, and and to sometimes accept also the feedback and also the result of my interaction from other people. So I will say that is magnificent way for us to get in touch even more with ourselves when we are connecting with other people. And of course, the question is, how can I stay connected and whole in myself? How can I still stay in myself? So I think one of the biggest things is to realize what are your needs before you enter a formal communication, a formal, moment that you are going to connect, a formal conversation. So get in touch with your own needs, with your own intention first. What is my intention when I'm going to talk with this person? What is my intention when I'm going to this party? What is my intention when I'm going, to be in this podcast? What is my intention? And that intention is the most important thing to start with, right? Because that will offer us clarity, but also respect from what is going on. A lot more, okay, this is what I want, and I will be able to express it. And the other person will also be more willing to say, I want the same or not, right? Then one of the things that you can really be aware of is the language. And the language that you use will mark different sides of you. If you use I feel or we are going to do this. So being aware that sometimes it's really useful to use I feel like this. This is what I need. This is what I want. This is what I see. This is why I stand for. So being aware that why it's not being, narcissist, is just getting ownership of your own feelings or of your own intentions. And that marks, the way that you are also exposing yourself to the relationship. Yeah. So, and also, I also want to say this, that we connect a lot in silence, and that's one of the reasons that if you are with someone that you are really not connected with, in a more intensive way, or comfortable with the connection, silences are awkward, right? But with people that are really, you are really connected, silence are okay. Silence are maybe the big measure how much we can connect, how much we are really connected, that we don't even need wording. Yeah. So I just want to say to you that I'm going to be a little bit short in this podcast. Like you can see, my by the noises, my son is around, so I will need to pay attention to him a little bit. So, but I just wanted to let you stay with this idea, that this main idea, that when you are really connecting with someone else, you are in deep contact with yourself. And I think is even the moment that you need to be super honest with yourself, super authentic, because that is where is connection, right? Connection is not in pretending. Connection is not in fake stuff. Connection is in reality, is in two persons being their own and whole and holding their presence. There is where is really true connection, right? So never be scared of connecting with other people, because you will never lose yourself. I will say even the opposite. You will grow, you will get more in touch with yourself, and you'll reach that point of authenticity, because you are going also to be able to choose who, with whom, and how, and for how much, and how, time and momentum you want to connect with someone else. So I want to say to you that connect, connect, and find by connection a way from to your authenticity, for your own, owning it, to your own leadership, to getting more and more clear about what you want, who you are, and how do you want to be in this world and with other people and with all the elements around you. Thank you so much for your attention. And I'm so sorry that I need to go. But as you know, my son is in the spectrum of autism, so I cannot spread a lot when he calls my attention. So I want to thank you so much for being with me, even if it's in a short frame. But I think the message that I wanted to make is passed, and I will probably come back to the topic. Thank you so much, and see you next.